It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Lysefjorden Mikrobryggeri, and it's a bottle of the Haaheim Gaard Røykt IPA. This one's coming in at 7% ABV. There's a look at the label. Somebody with quite a long traditional horn or trumpet. Gold cap, pint bottle. Thank you to Helge for sending. Let's get the beer out into a glass and see what we get. Nice bit of smoke on the opening. Beer in the glass. Ooh, this one might have a bit of rye in it, maybe, with that colour. That looks lovely. Look at that. What a lovely look to the beer. A lovely chestnutty, mahogany coloured beer with a 2-finger tan coloured head. But look at that slow moving carbonation. That looks wonderful. Aroma on the beer then. Ooh, it's a peaty smoked beer. Lots of rich roasty malts in there. I'm not sure if it's peat whiskey. Very interesting. Or just a smoked, it might be just a smoked IPA. That kind of, that green chip, I think it's wood chip, I think it's a very kind of smoky aroma. Very kind of full on. Yeah, let's dive in. Cheers. Really interesting beer. I tell you what it reminds me of. It reminds me of the classic German smoked beers. The Rauch beers, as they call them in Germany. It's got a lovely medium mouthfeel, but it's got nice levels of carbonation just to kind of push it through, make it refreshing. Lovely lacing on the glass. That carbonation, I just love the look of that beer. It's got quality written all over it. The Rauch beer, I'm trying to think of the company, I'm trying to think of the brewery that are very famous in Germany who produced the Rauch beer. Schillenköhler Rauch beers. This reminds me of a Schillenköhler. It's lovely, it's refreshing, and it's different. I really wasn't expecting this. I was expecting, well, I'll be perfectly honest with you, I was expecting some kind of IPA. IPA is written on there, but of course it's all in Norwegian, so I don't understand what this, and I don't really look at Rate Beer or the other company, the other beer rating website. I don't look at the website. I just like to kind of dive in with a raw review without knowing too much about the beer beforehand. And it's a refreshing change. It really is a refreshing change from a lot of the beers that I've been reviewing recently. This is probably one of the only smoked peaty wheat kind of beers that I've reviewed all year. So it's nice to get something a bit different. I think it's bottle conditioned. So have a look at the quality of that beer. I'm about to make it. Oh, let me rock it back and forth. Look at that. The levels of carbonation in that beer. Looks great. And that's the difference. So if you're new to craft beer, if you're new to beers with any kind of flavour, you might come across this when you pour it out. Don't be alarmed. This is how the beer, it's not going to harm you. It's full of vitamin D. It's the yeast that's been added to the beer. It's the way the beer's been carbonated. It's the second fermentation process. So don't be alarmed by if you poured the beer out and you're not knowing what a second fermentation process beer is, or a bottle conditioned beer is, don't worry, it's perfectly drinkable, as I will demonstrate now. What a lovely, lovely beer. Quite interested. I got my mother-in-law next door. She's come over from Italy. She don't really like beer. She likes wine, and I'm gonna get her to try this. And she's shy, so she won't come on the camera. But I might put a comment on the bottom to see what she thinks of this beer. But I'm gonna rate it. A very refreshing change, a very different change from the beers that I've been reviewing all year. I like the Rauch beer styles of beer, so I'm going to give it, and I think it's a very good quality beer, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. It's a 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Put your comments in the comments box. Thank you to Helge. Please subscribe to our daily beer reviews, and cheers.